So, Steve, I think we've got footage of this match. Of course, it's going to be taped here on the 12th, airs on the 15th of 2011. And we've got a pretty fun match coming up here. Let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth.
What do you think of this presentation?
Hey, does that say the man?
I think it does.
Does that say the man?
I'm pretty sure.
But back it up a little bit. Let's just get there 2 cents and let's back that up a little bit. The man. Wow, imagine that.
2011.
Imagine that. Wonder where they got that from.
I like this look. One of your more iconic WWE robes. I think this one was made in the WWE, was it not?
It was.
She did a nice job on that one.
Julie or Terry, I can't remember which one. One of them made it, yeah.
Meltzer would say the Flair Sting match at the 9/12 tapings was apparently really bad. Flair suffered an injury to his left arm during the match, and we were told they were going to have to do a lot of editing to make sure the match could air on TV. Later, he would say the Flair versus Sting match was edited from the TV taping, and it was much better than the live version. While you never want to say absolutely, but my sense is we won't be seeing Flair wrestle in TNA again, perhaps in a tag or something, but I can't see him doing long singles matches. While watching it, I did have the feeling in the back of my mind that it may be his last match, given the injury and such. The Funks and several others who are older than Flair are still wrestling, so he probably will wrestle again, but there were a lot of people having uneasy feelings live watching the match. Now, of course, we know it's pretty iconic that, or ironic rather, that this did wind up being your last match for a long, long time until earlier this year. But it almost feels like, by comparison, you finished the WWF with a run there with such a big bang with Shawn Michaels, and now here with Sting, it's a pay-per-view. No, it's a TV show. Oh, but it's taped, and we're doing it tonight. It does feel kind of rushed by comparison, does it not?
Oh, most definitely. I can't even begin to compare it to the match with Shawn. I mean, there's really an example of somebody carrying me.
Yeah. What do you think of Joker Sting? This version of Sting.
I used to want to give him advice about his character, but as long as he was happy with it, not give him advice, but I definitely had my opinions. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
But whatever he was happy with, he deserved to do. He was that good. Look at Jeremy here.
Let's turn the volume up here, Steve.
Well, Miss Earl Hebner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida, it's time for your main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my left. He weighed in this morning at 235 pounds and comes to us from Charlotte, North Carolina. He is the 16-time heavyweight champion of the world, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And now, introducing, standing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 242 pounds and comes to us from Venice Beach, California. He is the insane icon. This is Sting.
Big match atmosphere. You can just feel the tension. It resonates throughout the Impact Zone as finally it's Ric Flair.
So listen, man, this is always fun to see you guys, whether it's the first Clash of the Champions, the first Nitro, the last Nitro. I mean, so many times, so many major moments. I guess it's fitting that he was your last opponent.
I'm trying to think. I'm 60. 3 here?
This would have been 11 years prior to now. So yeah.
Wow, 63.
Now you did get hurt in a superplex. Meltzer would say the match originally was 15 minutes. Of course, the television version is going to be edited down a little bit. But he would say Flair suffered a broken bursa sac in his left arm, taking a superplex from Sting, which wasn't serious. But when Flair landed, he thought he'd broken his arm. It was brutal, he told Mike Mooneyham. I thought I'd broken my arm on that spot. I don't know how I did it either. So we'll see it here in a moment. But you would even say that your arm actually got twice the size as the other. You could see immediately that you were hurt. And I think at this time you were already working with maybe at least a partially torn rotator cuff, right?
Torn. Yeah, I just didn't have it. I wasn't up for having it operated on.
Yeah.
It was a second tear of my left arm. It's the one I can't move now, but I mean I have no pain. That being the key.
Yeah, not a lot of people who have a rotator cuff injury can say that.
No, I mean I when I say I don't have any, can't use. I mean I can't lift it over my head and that, but I don't have any pain. So
Right.
yeah, no. So I have no complaints. So I didn't want to imply that I did. I decided not to have the operation.
Meltzer would say they went quickly to the finish, and because of the injury, Flair couldn't even do his face first fall, and that looked really bad. When he hit me with the splash and went for the scorpion, I couldn't even take the face bump. I couldn't get my arm down to take it. I couldn't hit him either. It was brutal, Flair said.
Yeah.
It says he would say that you weren't acting injured the next few days, and you're out drinking after the shows and not talking like you had any kind of serious injury. But the doctor said, hey, watch out for a possible infection. So typical Nate, rub some dirt on it. Here we go. I mean, you just got to do this spot in every Sting match. Do you know it? It's like a requirement.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Just to
in the
say I
law.
can when other people can't.
Right.
That's not the average 63-year-old bump either.
No, it's not. Meltzer would say the people were into this big time, so they thought it was special, but it wasn't pretty. They did a lot of their stuff for like the figure four and reversing, stinger splash, blah, blah, blah. Of course, we know there's going to be some shenanigans here. I can't believe this is a real sentence, but I think we're going to see Hulk Hogan in a few minutes. I don't think people will ever get tired of seeing Ric Flair and Sting, man.
Well,
The
seeing
biggest difference.
Steamboat make the comeback makes you want to come back again. I went back up to Lakeland and started training again.
Will you stop? Listen to me.
What else is there to do?
Well, hopefully we don't have Jeff Jarrett beat you up in a parking lot again. That was
Yeah, that's okay. I'm good at that part too. We proved he can't hurt me.
Well, we did prove that, I suppose.
Even though everybody thought I was dead. When I got up and walked back and got a cold beer from you, I was fine.
Not before you had a little fun with everybody when they come over to check on you and then you pretend to faint. That was rough, dude. What a great moment this is. Sting and Flair, Hebner's the referee. You know, you wish it's a bigger show and maybe it had a little more build, but the production of this still looks nice. Who's calling a match like this? Obviously, in '88, your first match was Sting. We know who's calling that one. Are
Who
you
do
still
you
calling
think
this
is
one?
calling it? Come on.
Okay, all right.
Please. I take very little input from anybody. And who does that any better at 63?
I mean, that looked pretty good.
And Sting takes it great too.
You ever put the figure 4 on somebody in a bar?
Yeah, I did up in St. Louis recently. Just having fun with the guy. Bet me could get out of it.
And
He didn't. If they let me get it on him, there's no way to get out of it. I don't care who it is. I put it on a linebacker from Penn State in front of Bill Cowher and Marty Schottenheimer one time in Pittsburgh, the Dapper Dan, too.
He didn't get out of it either, huh?
No, Kerry Collins was there, actually. The name out of the past, right?
Old school, baby. So we got the figure 4 here, and you're still the dirtiest player in the game, using a little leverage. Hebner's in a perfect position.
I don't have enough hair to shake my head like I used to.
Yeah, you've got what Tony Schiavone would call the flesh-colored yarmulke there. I mean, man, look at Sting.
Yeah. Same.
Well, we don't ever talk about Hebner. You know, it feels like on this show we give Tommy Young a lot of time and Charles Robinson
was great.
Man, he's fantastic, is he
not? They both were.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're both special people. Brian Earl's son is a heck of a kid too.
Yes, he is. Super nice guy. Of course, the story of the match here is it's a Legends match, but somebody's going to retire. Of course, what Sting really wants to do is get through Flair in order to get to Hogan. What's your relationship like with TNA at this point, Rick? I mean, I know at times it was tumultuous, to say the least.
No, not really tumultuous. They would tell me something and do something else, or they would. I just didn't understand this whole thing about sign autographs before the show. I mean, I guess I didn't research it and know enough about what they did, but in those days, back then, they'd have the guys all together out in the hallway before the show sign autographs. I'm not doing that. I said, when the Undertaker does that, let me know and get back to me. Of course, that wasn't well received. But I'd never experienced that.
Right.
And then afterwards, they have the main event guys stay in the ring at house shows and sign matches and take pictures for $25. I mean, if that's not Mickey Mouse, nothing is.
I think this might be your superplex. Let's track it here, Steve. Let's see if we can see where Rick hurts his arm here on the right hand.
And take Flair over. Oh my God! Superplex off the top by Sting.
That's not bad for 63, right?
Here's the pin. Just as he went for the pin.
So we get a run in here. Sting's clearing house. Nobody's landed a blow on Sting yet. He's just one after another. Probably an edit there because we see you sort of slumped over in the corner here. Bully Ray's going to sneak up behind Sting. I don't think Hebner's taking a look at this either. He's got a chain. And nope, Sting's got backup. So we clear the ring.
Who is that? Kennedy?
Yep, Mr. Kennedy. Or I guess Ken Anderson at the time. On the other side, looks like Hogan's giving you something. Bam, some brass knucks. Damn it. Ric Flair and those brass knuckles. Last match here, last match in Nashville. Damn cheater with these knuckles.
Damn it.
Hooks the leg, but shit, Rick, you didn't win.
I know.
They should have edited that part.
Yeah. You're not going to find too many where I did. Thanks to Jeff, I finally got a victory.
You can tell you're favoring that arm.
Oh, I could hardly lift my arm.
Yeah.
I couldn't even chop him. I just said, I give up. I couldn't even hit the turnbuckle good.
Here comes the big splash, but you can't really do the face flop the way you normally would. Well,
No, I was wrecked.
yeah. At this point, are you just thankful that it's almost over in the match? I mean, because you're
Yeah,
hurt, right?
yeah. Well, I wasn't worried about hurt as long as I just know how embarrassing it must look. See, I couldn't even get off my side there. See it?
Yep. So, of course, your last match here is really just to set up the match with Hogan. Meltzer would say Flair couldn't do the first flop, which was probably because he was trying to protect the bad arm. So he did the worst type of fall ever. Sting used the Scorpion for the submission. Just a lot of gaga here with Hogan and Sting, and it almost feels like as the show goes off the air, your last match is sort of a backdrop to what's next with Sting and Hogan. What was your night like
Well,
that?
that's all it deserved to be at that point because when you're hurt, you can't perform, and once you've committed yourself to the performance, you can't quit. Or you do, you put the company and yourself in a bad spot. So, I just I didn't realize I would hurt that much worse with the superplex. So, but it's my shoulder, not my back or my neck. So all that we can live with and have for years. But my back and neck are fine, thank God. That's all that mattered right there. And I got a chance to work with Sting, so it wasn't the end of the night.
Well, we got a lot of questions here about the show, so let's jump to a few of these.